How's everybody doing? We are doing some writing sprints today. First, we're going to introduce ourselves and then we are going to get into it. If you don't have writing to do, you can do whatever you want during the sprints, but we will be muted. And that's about it. You want to go first, Dana?
Sure. I will go first. My name is Dana Gollin. I write erotica under my pen name Ava Fox. And today I am starting shit online and drinking Dunkin'.
Yeah. Good morning, Jenny. How are you? I don't know if my things are
We just
working. I
went,
think they are.
the YouTubes is just now letting me know that we are live.
Yep, that's what that sound was. That was YouTube telling me that you are live, and
Yep.
also my phone reminding me to mute it. Which is part of the reason that the people who I go live with, if I can make my phone alert me when they go live,
Hmm.
then I also remember to mute my phone. Otherwise, we'll be in the middle of something and then my phone's blowing up. That's really fucking obnoxious.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all right though. You know. I always appreciate it when right in the middle of saying something, I start hearing my own voice and then I get that like freaked out look and I'm looking around and I'm like, oh,
You're like, is it a mimic?
I know. It's Baba
Is it is it the
Yaga.
mimic like Appalachia thing?
Oh, I don't know. I
I
don't
think the
know.
mimic might be.
Okay, I'll be fair. I'll be honest with you. I still have not, um, I haven't dived too deeply into Appalachian folklore or Appalachia folklore. I still haven't figured out how to say it properly either. Um, and um, but I have had a couple very interesting conversations in regards to uh indigenous shapeshifters that are located in the Southwest
Mhm.
versus what the people in this area are understand they are called, and I can't say their
Right,
name.
right, right. The one that you're
Yes.
actually
And
there Jenna Marbles is like my favorite person in the world.
uh
And there's an old Jenna Marbles video where Julian says something
mhm.
about them, and she goes, "You put that sentence back in your mouth."
Yeah. Like they were talking about him at work, and like I came around the corner and heard them, and I was like, no. Shh. So I ran out to my car, got some ghost beads, and I was like, no, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. And then the one guy started like whistling in the parking lot, and I was like, it's not me. It's not me. Just gonna, nope. I'm like, come on, Vanilla, stop it. Stop. Anyway, you gotta introduce yourself.
Oh, I should. I'm Sarah Sharnover. I mostly write horror. I also play video games on my Twitch, and I upload all kinds of weird stuff to a bunch of YouTube channels. So I'm Wordsmith Sarah in most of those places, and I'm on Blue Sky. That's pretty much my main social media at this juncture. Um, yeah, but I have not been very good this week, so I'm a little irritated with myself, but it's just been a
As
rough week.
like as far as staying on track for your writing
Yeah,
goals, yeah.
yeah.
Well, you know, I I have been very good this week doing anything but writing. Um,
Yeah.
but I have been brainstorming because so I am in the works. I have Alina doing some cover art for me
Mhm.
on this story, Hansel und Gretel. And I have decided that instead of editing it, because it's such a short story, I'm gonna leave it the way that it is, maybe put a little bit more descriptive details into the Hansel and Gretel scenes where they're interacting with each other. But then at the end of it, I'm gonna put the farmer's perspective. So it'll be like all of the interactions that they have together in the first part, but from the farmer's perspective. So does that, I mean, now we can, this is just an idea, and all I've been doing is like brainstorming, but I think that that would be kind of
The farmer
interesting.
is who in
So
Hansel and
like,
Gretel?
so Hansel and Gretel, this is a whole like retelling of the Hansel and Gretel story, and instead of doing it like, oh, some kids get lost in the woods because of the adult content that's in it, um, they basically like grow up in an orphanage and then boom, they turn 18 and they run away from the orphanage because they don't want to be abused and all this other stuff, and they stumble onto this farm that's like a brothel
Okay,
farm.
okay, I understand. Okay.
Yes.
I was
And
like, I don't understand where farmer came from. I'm like, did I miss a Hansel and Gretel thing? But no, the farmer is in place of the witch, correct?
no, no. So actually in the original Hansel and Gretel and like the German folklore, the parents abandon Hansel and Gretel. Like the mom is like, you got to take these kids out there, you got to get rid of these kids. And so I went with the original like German folklore. And so the farmer represents the like the people, the parent, not, I don't want to say parents because then it's going to get real weird,
Yeah.
but they're the ones who take them into the forest and get them lost and then they
Okay.
stumble. Yes. So then because of the Black Forest and its German folklore, then they get to see like some of the fairy folk of the Black Forest and the German folklore and stuff like that. Um so and there's several, the more like I kept reading it out loud and I started realizing that there's actually more interaction with the farmer and his wife and the fairy folklore than there is Hansel and Gretel, because Hansel and Gretel's story is pretty cut and dry, you know. um so then that's when I started thinking about it and I was like, well, maybe I need to tell it from the farmer's perspective, but from the husband farmer's perspective, because his wife is just she's trash is what she is. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Well then,
I mean, I wrote her,
right?
and I absolutely wrote her character to be just like like if you think of like, I don't know, what was that? Hi, my name's Earl, or oh, what was that one movie where like David Spade plays this like redneck trailer park?
Oh, why can't I think of the name of Joe Dirt?
Yes, yes. So she resembles like Eminem's mom in 8 Mile or every character in Joe Dirt, and so yeah, I took that kind of, and I was like, I'm just gonna make this woman fit into that space because I she needs to not be liked. Because
Sometimes you need your characters to not be liked.
yes, yes, especially because
Sometimes
what
it's needed.
happens to her at the end. So
Oh, well then.
yes.
All right. Well, we should probably get rolling on the
Yeah,
sprint.
yeah.
So let's go ahead and get started. We do 20-minute sprints, and then we'll be back to talking shit again right after. So 3, 2, 1, go. All right, that's time. It's the party music. How'd you do? I took a bit to get going. So I got 54 words. You're still muted, by the way.
Rain, I'm coming. I got 248 words.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 54. My stomach is acting a fool right now.
Oh, I'm
So,
so sorry.
yeah, I don't know what's going on. I did have someone new come into my chat. Hello, Liv Miles Books. Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the good job. Sat and watched the Cardinals play on my porch. Hey, you know what?
Oh,
Part of writing is the part where you're not engaging your brain. Like the disconnecting yourself and letting your mind wander while not thinking about writing is probably just as important as the thinking about writing part.
I think so. I think like okay, especially when I get stumped on something, if I go do something else, like go walk like for a
Yep.
walk or and then people are always like, why do you carry a notebook with you when you're on a walk? I wish it was to say that I like to sketch
Right.
wildlife. Really, it's like I see a tree and think, huh.
Yeah, we have Cardinals and Blue Jays
Mhm.
outside of my office at work. And
Yeah.
sometimes it gets like so loud out there because they're like bickering.
You know, I learned Blue Jays are very aggressive
They're
and they are,
dickheads. They're
yeah,
total dickheads.
and they're very territorial.
Uh-huh.
And a couple of them have decided that a couple of them have thought it would be a good idea to challenge Oink. And so I've gone out and found lots of blue jay feathers and
And they're really cool feathers.
they
Like they're
are.
really cool feathers.
Yeah, like I've got a whole collection and they have like iridescent and it's, I mean, they're beautiful. They're absolutely
Yeah.
beautiful. But every time I find them, I'm just like, what's it going to take for you assholes to learn? Maybe a 150-pound animal with sharp teeth isn't the one you
Yeah.
want to fight with, you know?
Right.
Is
I
that dog food really worth it?
down down by the river here in town. I
In a
tend to
van?
write horror. And I'm working on, I don't know what it is, to be honest. But yeah, down by the river here, we have these red-winged blackbirds. So they have like a red here.
Oh, uh-huh. Yeah.
They literally will dive bomb your head if you happen to be 6 foot tall and walking down. And the worst part is no one else I hang out with is as tall as me.
Right.
So it looks like I'm doing something
Yeah.
because I'm getting dive bombed and everyone else is getting ignored.
Oh, wow.
And then I am acting like a freakazoid because
You don't like
I'm
birds.
being dive bombed and I'm freaked out by birds because they're damn dinosaurs.
Right.
Yes, we do need to hang out, Jenny, but not by the river.
But what? She might have a van down by the river.
But if you're in a van, then you're safe from the red-winged blackbirds.
Yes.
They put their signs up though that are like red-winged blackbird nesting season is this period.
Yeah.
If you are near their nest, they will dive bomb you. My friend got married on this area off the
Uh-huh.
bike path. And she made me stand at the opening to the place where people were getting dive bombed and warn them, which means I was just bait.
I was gonna say, did she at least give you an umbrella to like protect
No,
yourself
no,
from?
no, it was
Oh,
terrible.
well, what kind of friend is
And then she
that?
got divorced, damn it. Like I did all that and you didn't even stay married? Come on.
Right? Oh my God, how
Do it for me and the
dare!
birds.
Oh my God. I put my life on the line for your wedding and you have the
Right.
audacity.
They've been divorced for like 10 years.
Oh my gosh.
It's not serious.
You
But
know what
yeah.
though? I would be the asshole to hold a grudge. I would be like, "Do you remember?"
I think I'm going Jenny said that she writes fantasy
Mm.
among other genres. I don't play D&D anymore. I now am playing They Came From. That needs to be changed. Stream Elements, thanks for reminding me. But yeah, anyway. But hold on. I lost the comment. Let me find it again. Oh, Jenny said that she writes fantasy among other genres, and I think I'm at the point where I'm going to have to start using speculative fiction more liberally, because I don't know what horror is anymore.
Huh?
I don't know what horror is anymore. Like, people will be like, that's pretty scary, and I'm like, is it though?
I mean, yeah, but that's the beauty of horror is everybody's like psychiatric level of like, okay, you didn't think that the fish gate was scary. I read your story and thought, okay, she's getting into my brain. She is feeding off of my psychological dysfunction and my fears, my irrational fears that I'm going to be watching the fish gate and here comes Bob,
Right,
the fucking floater.
but the concern I have is that I'm now thinking, no, that's not scary enough. So that's not horror. And so I think that I don't know if I'm writing horror anymore because I don't feel like it's scary.
Well, because you've desensitized yourself to the whole scariness. I mean,
I know it's just hard for me to like
right. But okay,
maintain
and
because of that.
I can understand where you're coming from because there have been times where I've been writing and I'm like, is this any good? And then I have to reach out to somebody and say, hey, can you read this for me? Because I've desensitized myself to all the weird sexual things
Right.
that, that it's like, well, this isn't as because every now and again I want to be like, well, I want to shock somebody. And then in my mind, I'm like, well, this really isn't shock worthy, is it? And then I'll have somebody else read it and they'll be like, well, this isn't your typical wheelhouse now, is it? Were you in a dark place when you wrote this? Let me tell you, yes, I was pissed off and somebody needed to get punished. And boy,
But
am I
that's
good at that.
right. But the problem I'm having is that like, I write something and I'm like, I don't write horror anymore, I guess. And then someone else will be like, no, that's still horror. I'm like, well, um, okay. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't understand.
I would
Ugh.
I would definitely go with the opinions of your readers because
Yeah.
they're the ones that you're writing for.
But it's just hard to know, like, if I put something out and I say, oh, that's not really horror, and then I find out it is horror, then I feel kind of like a tool.
Right, because
You
you
see what I'm
don't,
saying?
yeah.
It's me not knowing how to list what I do.
Well, you could be oh shit, the word was just right there in my front of my brain. It was about to come out like a no. Hate that shit. Like,
Background.
never mind. I need to think about it because
Well,
now the
and
whole
like
damn sentence is just gone.
some of this came from like I had somebody was telling me that they wished something was more of a thriller, and I was like, I don't know what would make it that.
I was gonna say maybe you could be a psychological thriller author because you're not gruesome hack 'em slash 'em Freddy Krueger scary. You're
I,
all like
I
get
do
up
have
in
a
your
little bit of that
well
in
I
some
know
of
but
my other stuff.
right
Like
but you
I do have books out. Dana has books out. I think I don't know about Jenny. Jenny, do you have books out? I have a novel, a couple short stories, and a short story collection on Amazon. And then I have a novel that I co-wrote on Drive Through RPG, and I don't know if I'm listed as an author on the other books I wrote. Okay, Jenny, okay, I thought so. I didn't want to say that for sure. So yeah, but like that's the stuff on Drive Through RPG is freelance rather than, you know.
yeah
So that I don't worry about, because I don't have to worry about doing that. That the publishing company puts all the information
Right.
up. Like I don't have to deal with that at all. So
Is it psychological thriller? That's
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay. All right. I'm like, I don't understand why I'm struggling with this so much today.
yeah, that's a real thing.
Okay. All right. Trying to make sure I'm not making shit up,
Do you have
which
any
is
books out, Liv? We're also going to start a sprint very soon. Because I'm going to have an ad break shortly. Just a warning, I do run ads on my Twitch, and if you would like to skip them, you are welcome to subscribe. Otherwise, I appreciate you watching them a great deal. I'm sorry about the ad situation. Oh, Lord. I'm very ADD today, and I'm not even ADD. I feel like my kid. Like, this
oh
is, I feel like how she must feel, like how she looks like she feels.
yeah,
But I can't, like, she can't just.
yeah.
Liv has 3 books out, working on a third book for the Wolf Shifter romance today. Awesome. Awesome, awesome.
Very cool.
Whoop whoop. All right. All right. Well, we got like a minute 46 before the ad break, so let's go ahead and hop into another sprint.
Okay.
If I get up and disappear, I ran to the restroom. Do not be alarmed. Nothing is on fire. Whoop. Time to go. All right, that's time. I don't know how many words I got though, because I was doing a right to the last absolute last moment.
Yeah. I've got to do some maths.
That's what I gotta do too.
I swear to God, there are elephants or rhinoceroses fighting next door. Or they're moving,
Sometimes,
or they're moving furniture. I don't know, but I'm like, I'm waiting for like the bull in the china shop to come through the wall.
right? I got 219.
Oh. I only got 170. But I'm struggling. Maybe you can help me. I'm struggling to think of a word. It's like I could use the word defiant, but I don't necessarily know if that's the word that I want to use. I'm trying to describe people who have been rebellious. So it would work defiance or rebellious, but I don't necessarily know if those are the words. They broke the rules and now they broke the rules not necessarily because they are in troublemakers, but because they knew fun stuff was going to happen if they broke the rules. But in order to break the rules, you have to be not a degenerate, because that's not.
Contemptuous?
Ooh, ooh, I like it. We could do that. We could totally do that. And then it'll make the farmer sound. The farmer is not a bad guy.
Yeah.
He's not a bad guy. It'll make him sound a little bit more intelligent than his wife.
Sometimes that's what you're doing. See, Haley said, wait, hold on. Okay. Haley said, I'm in spring cleaning mode. Thought it was going to be an awful day. My button tin. Oh, what?
The tin that
Oh,
she keeps her buttons in.
yes. And then she
Yes.
said, cheeky to you. And then she said, my button tin flipped upside down and was not sealed enough. Have you ever seen there are some like professional photography pictures taken in the inside of a old button factory?
There's there is actually an old um factory here that is like it's crumbling and it's falling apart, but they used to make thread and cloth and they had buttons in there. And I've only like stood at the window and looked inside because it scares me. I know if I go inside, then the walls are gonna come crashing down because that's my luck. But it's fascinating.
Yeah, Haley, if I find a picture, I will put it in my Discord and I'll tag you so that you know so you can find it because I think I have it on my hard drive actually.
Mhm.
But yeah, so there's buttons like everywhere,
Yeah.
just like on the floor everywhere, and it just this some photographer who's like very professional took pictures and like they're stunning and eerie
Yeah.
and uncomfortable. Like, and I just really love a good eerie picture. In
Yeah.
fact, the reason I would have it is because
It's
my
here.
monitors cycle through a folder of eerie pictures that I found online.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's one picture of the cats in it.
This factory that I know of,
Mhm.
it still has the spools.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so the spools are still on the machines, and some of them have the threads like still attached to these spools. Um, and I don't know if this building has been protected for years and it's just starting to decompose. I don't know, but when you look through the windows, it's like I'm not
Apparently, it
a
exploded.
huh?
This one that's covered. I popped it in my chat. the Snopes link.
Oh.
Okay, so the pictures actually are a button factory, but they cannot confirm that it was an explosion. They can't confirm why there are buttons everywhere.
It's
But
probably just,
it's really cool.
yeah, they probably just, I mean, if yeah, you're working in a button factory, but they're small and they fall all over the damn place. Buttons are ridiculous. But here in this little area that I'm in right now, um, they have they have so many, like, every time you go, like, you see an estate sale, it's really like it's a history lesson. And I have seen so many, like, big pickle jars full of just like old buttons that, like, you would not see unless you went to like an actual museum. Like, it's just amazing. And then of course they're selling these buttons for pennies, and it's like, no, I will give you $5 for this button, but I'm not taking the whole jar for $5.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, this whole community is like a time capsule.
Yeah. Ginny
It's
said her grandma used to have jars full of buttons.
Yeah,
Yeah. I have
yeah,
buttons somewhere, but I can never find them when I need a button.
right? Like, my great grandmother, she had cans and jars full of buttons. I
Yeah.
don't know what happened to them after she passed away, but it was, you always knew if you needed a button, grandma had one. Me, on the other hand, I don't have jars of buttons. I just leave the buttons attached to the clothes.
Do you?
Yes. Yeah. You know how they give you an extra button on the tag?
Yeah.
I just leave it there because I'm like,
Oh, I can't
okay,
do that. That would
wait,
drive me crazy. I can't leave a tag on.
okay, yeah. See, I don't have it. Most of my shirts don't have tags like in the back, but like my work shirts, they don't have tags on the collar. They have tags
I
like
hate
on the
the inside
side.
tag. I fucking hate those.
Yeah. And then I typically wear like either like an undershirt under my work shirt.
Mm.
Um, but I was sitting there thinking to myself, I was like, I'm just gonna cut this tag off. And then I was like, wait a minute, if because my buttons are here. So I was like, if I lose a button and I have to put a new button on, I want the buttons to all look as tarnished as, I don't want a bunch of tarnished buttons and then boom, here's a shiny new one. Or maybe I do.
Maybe you do. All right, we
No.
should throw down another sprint.
Okay.
Um, yeah. So I have 165 fucking words today.
All right. I'm
I'm not
sitting
stressing
at,
myself out. I'm not doing it.
no, don't stress yourself out.
I won't.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it, bitches.
That's
All
right.
right.
Just namaste it away. Namaste it away.
All right.
I'm telling you, you know what? I think it's I'm wearing this new sports bra that I bought, and I think it's the straps that are causing me to have, like, because I feel like I'm being squeezed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's
Yeah.
what it is. Maybe I'll go figure it
And
out.
I need to stretch my shoulders down because of the way I sleep. So like what I really should do is just hold my purse and let it dangle there for like 15 minutes at a time.
Yeah. So you'd be
And just
like,
let it yank my shoulders down the way they're supposed to be because they they hurt like here
yeah,
because when I sleep they roll forward like this and I'll wake
yeah.
up and roll them back, but then once I go to sleep I roll them forward again.
No, I don't know what my shoulders do. My Usually I'm sleeping diagonally and my arms are just all over the place.
See, here's what I realized today what's happening in my bed. Travis is not getting cold anymore.
Okay.
So he and I sleep with a fan on me, like moving air. So I always have a blanket on.
Mhm.
But he's kicking his blanket off, and rather than kicking it on the floor or something, he kicks it in between us. So we have this third person in the bed with us. It's just made of blanket
Yeah.
because it's a winter blanket,
Oh, so it's
you
nice
know.
and
So it's like
thick.
she a big bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. It like
Yeah.
I thought I was pushing on him this morning, and it was the blanket. And that's when I was like, oh shit, we have a whole other person in here.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a nice blanket if it's like
Oh, I have to tell you this. This is so wild. Yesterday
okay.
morning at like 5 a.m., I
Mhm.
woke Travis up because I was hearing something screaming. And I thought it was the cat. I thought the cat was dying. So I get him up and we're looking everywhere for the cat. And then we realize it's not the cat because we can see the cat. And the sound seems to be getting a little quieter. So we were like, maybe it's the
Mhm.
radiator. And then we realized it was getting quieter because it was moving through our yard. Something was being attacked. It sounded like a squirrel, but it was like being attacked by another animal in our yard.
Oh wow.
So like we got awakened by predation. It was, I mean, it was screaming bloody murder for about 4 minutes. So by the time
Oh,
it was over, we were both wide awake because we were
yeah.
panicking. We were like,
Right,
what the
right.
hell?
Oh my God. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, nature is a cruel bitch and
Well, and I've seen this happen twice in my life. The other time was also in this apartment, and it was
mhm.
between our house and the next door neighbor's house. A hawk caught a small bird.
Yeah.
But we didn't hear anything other than the screaming, so I think it was probably an owl
Okay.
because they're pretty expert level fucking silence.
Oh yeah.
Travis thought it might be a raccoon that I saw on the other side of the yard earlier, but I don't think it was a raccoon. Um, just because raccoons don't tend to attack squirrels.
No, they're like they're not hunters, they're like forgers.
Right, like they'll steal eggs from your chickens and they might kill a chicken, but
Yeah, but a chicken's not gonna fight back. Like
right, not much.
squirrels, they'd
Yeah,
have to like they'd have to like chase the squirrel, they'd have to
right,
catch the squirrel,
right.
and they're like,
Yeah,
that's too much work. They just wait
yeah,
till the chickens go to sleep because
right, right.
and then they're
Yeah,
like, come here, motherfucker.
yeah, they're opportunistic.
Yeah.
And we have foxes in the cemetery,
Ooh, maybe it
but
was Fox.
but there's a bunch of fences between the cemetery and us.
Yeah, but they don't
So
care. They're like cats. They like
yeah,
jump.
I know, but like
Yeah.
I also don't get them on my camera in my yard ever. And I have
Ah,
2 yard cameras and I've never had I haven't had a fox on camera at least in a long time.
yeah,
Um so that's why I think it's probably more likely that it was just an owl.
right.
And it was too early for it to probably have been a bird, like another bird other than an owl. Because it was 5 a.m., but it was like dark still.
Right, 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 right.
So it was probably an
Yeah.
owl. But yeah, and I am confident though that the reason I've seen that twice in my life, and both of those times are here, is because we're so close to the cemetery. Because it's just full. It's like the biggest cemetery in town,
Yeah.
so it's full
Yeah.
of wildlife.
And I mean, where there's death, there will always be death. So,
Well, and the thing is that as gross as this is, when we bury people in the ground, bugs eat them. The things that eat bugs go to the place where the bugs are.
yep,
The things that eat bugs also go to the place where the bugs are.
that's right. And then the people become the grass, and then the cows eat the grass, and then the people eat the
Right,
cows, and it's the whole
right, like
circle of life.
right. But we have like a shit ton of skunks because cemeteries draw in
Yeah.
grubs, and
I
skunks love grubs.
Oh yeah, I have been so heartbroken. I can't tell you how many. There's been like four baby skunks squished, and all the like I've been driving to work, and I'm like doopy doopy doo, and then there's a squished baby skunk, and I'm like, dang it, come find my porch. You'll be safe on my porch. I'm a
I love
nut.
them. They're so cute.
They really are. They really are. And I'm like, how could you not smash those brakes to save the life of a baby skunk? I'm gonna get some Sarah McLaughlin right now and be
Right,
like, help me save the baby skunks by providing the people in my community free brake inspections.
right. All right, we
Oh,
really
let's
should do a sprint. We've been
yeah,
fucking
we
around for a
should.
long time.
Let's do this. We're getting
All right,
ridiculous.
3, 2, 1, let's go. Don't get sprayed by a skunk in the break.
Oh,
We done.
that's right. That's right. I had to laugh at myself for a moment because
I
I'm
saw you were
like,
cracking up.
I know, I know. I was sitting here and I was watching myself watch myself, and I was like, this is kind of silly. I'm like, ready. I'm ready for this sprint to be over. And I got a whole whopping 36 words. Um, because well, I'm looking at the scene that I originally wrote. Um, and now that I'm telling it from so it's the same scene just told from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Um, it's a little bit more challenging than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So,
Ginny got some work at admin work, but at least that's done until Monday. That's boss.
yeah.
Haley got carried away with cleaning and toddler shenanigans. I think having two toddlers probably lends itself to a lot of toddler shenanigans. I
Oh,
feel like that's
absolutely.
probably how that goes.
Yeah.
That would be my suspicion. And I'm a fan of toddler shenanigans because toddlers are ridiculous. Like they're tiny, insane people, but I've never had to have one all the time.
Yeah. Like toddler shenanigans are great until they're not.
Right.
Yeah. When there's somebody else's toddlers, they're great. They're great. That's why I'm always like, yeah, yeah, I like kids as long as they belong to somebody else. Because when I'm done, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, good. I look forward to Mini Monster having some little crotch fruit that I can be like, yay, look at me, I'm me, mom. Da, 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 da. Bye-bye. Go away.
Yeah.
It pooped.
Yeah. They're watching Space Jam and trying to climb the curtains, but they sound so happy it's hard to be like, hey, don't rip the curtains down.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to reinforce those screws into the drywall.
Yeah.
It'll be all right. Happy kids are happy kids.
Yeah.
I mean, unless it's like those blinds. I hate blinds.
Yeah. Blinds are a pain in the ass.
Yeah. I was always worried that the kids were going to get caught up in the blinds, and it was always the cats. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and then you have this cat and it's got claws and it's freaking out and you're trying to get it untangled and it doesn't know what you're doing. You really don't know what you're doing either, and then you got the kid laughing his ass off.
Yeah. Haley said they already destroyed the blinds.
Yeah. 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 I don't know why they like I don't know why like landlords have such a high deposit for like pet destruction, because honestly, I think like toddler
You
destruction
can't
out.
charge them for that though.
Oh, that yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh my God, I got a hair in my eyeball. It was like stuck to all my eyelashes.
I have like this weird feeling in my stomach.
Have you checked your blood pressure? Because listen, I said, I said, I have a new sports bra and I feel like I'm being squeezed. And I have said that before. And so what did I do? I went and I got my monitor and I was like, and then I was like, ah,
My blood pressure has never tested high,
well,
ever.
aren't you lucky?
Yeah, I actually used to have uh blood pressure that was low enough that the medication that they put me on for my nightmares
Hmm.
was a blood pressure med, and they were like they kept a pretty close eye on it for a few minutes to make sure that I wasn't going to be bottoming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was a smoker, my blood pressure was phenomenal. And like my doctor once asked me if I was an athlete because I of how phenomenal my blood pressure was. And I was like, "No, I smoke. I smoke. I don't eat food. Instead of eating food, I drink coffee and smoke cigarettes. Not an athlete, not by any
Yeah.
means whatsoever." So now I've cut out like 90% of my caffeine intake and I don't smoke. And now that I'm trying to live a healthier lifestyle, it's like, take this pill in the morning, take that pill in the evening.
Yeah. I am on a blood pressure medication, but that's for side effects for my psych meds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just propanolol. But my blood pressure still tests like usually it's like 100/60.
I mean, that's phenomenal.
Yeah,
Because if it's
that's
if like mine goes below, if mine is goes below like 90/60, then I have to do something about it. So
yeah, mine sits right
that's
about there.
yeah,
With the propanolol.
yeah,
Without it, it probably sits at like the exact like textbook 120/74. Like it's
yeah,
that's how I test without it.
yeah,
So but I did used to test low to start with. Like I
right.
used to test closer to where I'm at on the propanolol,
Uh-huh.
but
I used to
the
never pay it.
PTSD helped it go up a little.
Yeah. Yes, it does. It sure does. I never like really paid attention to like my blood pressure and stuff. I'd go into the doctor to like, yearly or if I get injured or whatever, and they would take it and I'd be like, oh, okay. But then like what? I turned 42. I turned 42 and started working in hell, literal hell.
Yeah,
And then I was like, oh, something's not right. Something's not right. But then at the same time, like you have to learn what the difference between hypertension and anxiety.
yeah.
Yeah. Because a lot of times you'll have symptoms of hypertension or a cardiac event, and really you just need to take your anxiety meds and get a snack and go take a nap.
I don't have anxiety meds.
I've met a lot of people who don't have anxiety meds, and I'm like, you would benefit from. Well, you do. It's just self-medicated. That that
Yeah,
I
I
learned.
suppose.
I learned yesterday that a certain mixture of sativa and some other stuff will help reduce anxiety. And 10 milligrams later, I was like, sir, you're not pacing.
Yeah, it's
So yeah. What time is it? We got 15 minutes until the top of the hour. Do you have
do we
anybody talking to you?
no, not right this minute. Do we want to do like a 10 minute?
We could do a 10 minute. We could do a 10 minute, and maybe in that 10 minutes I can figure out where I want to go with this. Um, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that. 3, 2, 1, let's do tens. There we go. We done. How'd everybody do? Let's see here.
I did move along a little bit. Um,
146 that round.
I got I got 61. Said I moved forward a little bit.
That's okay. That's more
Yippee!
words than you had.
Yeah, absolutely. I got 513 for the day, for the time that we have been together. Which is good because I'm starting this side of the story off. There's a lot of action going on. We're not building up. We don't need any fluffers because you get the fluffers in the first part of it. Now we're just boom.
Ginny got 87 words. Congratulations, Ginny.
Very
Also,
nice.
it was a 10-minute sprint, so it was not expected to get a 20-minute sprint's worth of words.
This is true. This is true.
And Hakuna Matata and whatnot, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm the
Okay.
warthog. I guess you'll have to be the meerkat.
Okay. I can see myself
Okay.
as a meerkat. I could
Yeah, I think
be,
that works. Yeah,
yeah.
they got more cleaning done. Yeah.
So, but if I'm gonna be, I would be Timon, right? You'd be Pumbaa.
Correct.
I'd have to be a little bit more like dramatic, I think, right?
Maybe.
Or am I dramatic enough? The world is ending.
Ginny said it's Saturday. I don't push hard on the weekends. I just do what I feel like doing. And she
Yeah.
said she's one of the hyenas.
What was his name? Fred?
I don't remember the one. There's the one that was played by Whoopi Goldberg, and then there's the one that is the dopey version, the crazy one.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there's the other one.
Yeah. I like the crazy one.
Yeah.
I thought his name was Fred. I'm not entirely sure, but I love his character
Yeah,
because
she said she would be the crazy one.
yeah, like in the end, he seems to be the one who knows what, yeah, maybe we shouldn't be messing around.
Yeah.
Uh, um, well, I would give myself more grace on the weekends. If I like this weekend because I'm working, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna tinker around with this story. I'm gonna see where I want it to go, and everything's gonna be good. But like next weekend, when I'm not working, then I'm gonna be like, okay, I need to stop tinkering with this story and I need to really get it done. Because Monday through Friday, I don't get as much writing done. Because
Yeah.
sleep is important.
Yeah, that's the problem I have too, is that because I have to work the other days, I have to
Yeah.
not give myself as much grace on the weekends, damn it.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Yeah. But,
But yeah. So why don't we do some outros and we'll call it a day.
okay.
You can go to sleep since you have to work tonight.
Yes. Yes, I need to get some, well, first I need to take a shower and then I need to get some sleep, but it'll all happen.
Yeah.
All the things will happen. So,
Right.
all right. So I'm Dana Gollin. I write erotica under my pen name Ava Fox. You can find my links in the description on my channel or in wherever Sarah keeps them on her channel. And
Oh, I have to post them.
yeah, the anthology Cupid After Dark is still available. It's got great reviews and I'm reading other people's stories and I'm enjoying it myself.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I am Sarah Sharnover. I am basically everywhere as Wordsmith Sarah, and yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. I'm very tired and confused right now. So, and I have to pee. like super bad. So kind of like in a hurry. Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, we'll all see you guys next week. Same bat time, same bat channel and whatnot.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Clear over here.
Mine says it's good and done.